So, Robyn, is that acceptable?
That's a better shot.
Robyn is here for about, well, not very long. So, what brought you back here for these 2 backseat critiques, my friend?
Sex.
Okay.
And the weather, which was fantastic.
Yes. So yes, Robyn was back for this weekend. I filmed Hookers in Revolt yesterday. Unfortunately, Robyn was not for that because he was like, I'm Robyn, I'm not going to take part in that, blah, blah, blah. But deigned to appear for these 2 backseat critiques. Exterminator City, which was shit, and this.
Which was pretty good. It was the boss from Brazil!
It should be a gay porno. I want to see a gay porno version of this. Like, how about some guy is cloning Hitler and they're all, you know, gay and having sex in Buenos Aires? Or even better, somewhere in Brazil. Rio de Janeiro. You know, bunch of twinks with mustaches and hair just, you know, going, Achtung, baby! It would be great.
Bumsen, bumsen, bumsen.
Someone make that.
Don't.
Then real Hitler can come in being all ancient and stuff and put them in gas chambers, but they have an orgy.
He puts them in the ass chamber.
Yeah! So, this was a Patreon request. I believe this is the last of the Patreon backseat critique requests that are due. If you're due one, and I haven't done it, please contact me. I need to know what the film is. And reminded, because memory like a sieve. And this was by, this requested by George. George, who is rather knowledgeable about actors and stuff, so if we get any of these actors wrong, he's probably gonna stab me.
I was playing a game in work the other day, and you know Who Am I, where you stick post-it note to your head?
Yeah.
I couldn't get Denzel Washington, because I don't know the names of actors.
Oh dear.
Like, they were saying, I ended up having knowledge that he had been in Malcolm X. He was dark-skinned. He was quite famous. That only meets 3 actors that I know. Will Smith
Was not in Malcolm X.
was not Malcolm X. Dark-skinned and well-known. I never saw Malcolm X.
Malcolm X is a good film.
I know, I should say it. Will Smith, Samuel L. Jackson, and Idris Elba are the only 3.
Idris Elba was another. Samuel L. Jackson, maybe, but it would have been a small part.
Yeah.
Can't remember. But
I can't do actors.
yeah, I'm gonna...
Jeffrey Peck played Mendel.
Gregory Peck.
It's on the screen in front of me and I got it wrong.
Yes, it's right there on the screen, Dr. Michael and Gregory Peck. But Gregory Peck, you got so Laurence Olivier, and he was great because the first couple of scenes he's wearing like a fur hat and he's got like a mustache thing going on. He looks like Lennon. And then of course you've got James Mason playing someone, and I assume he was a Nazi. I don't understand why he didn't get killed because he was clearly, you know, as camp as James Mason. But Mengele was cloning Hitler back in, well, this was set in 1978, I believe. So this was the
14 years previous.
Yeah, so 1964 he mastered cloning, and the film acts as though cloning animals is a thing that already happened in 1978, and I'm pretty sure that didn't happen until like 20 years later. So if only they were like, well, we know how to clone things, but we never managed to crack it, and then someone else is like, Mengele did it. Oh my god, Mengele, no, how did he do it?
So they're like, look at our cloned rabbits, aren't they lovely?
Yeah, they have actual cloned rabbits. Here's some rabbits I made earlier.
Blue Peter.
And so you got that going on, and this Nazi hunter, who I imagine is based on Simon Wiesenthal. There's this famous Nazi hunter. I think he's probably... I got the name wrong, probably, but there's a guy who was famous for like 50 years for hunting down Nazis, and now there's a organization named after him which does it.
4 seconds.
1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4.
Playing golf?
4, 4. Well, it was 4 seconds.
Yeah.
So we got all that. And so he's investigating, someone should tell the makers of this movie.
Hitler did not have blue eyes.
Yeah, I definitely didn't have Fremen blue eyes. Like, blue within fucking blue within blue within blue. Artificial blue eyes. You know, I thought they were going to make a plot point of this because they're talking about how Mengele would inject kids with, like, dyes to make their eyes blue. And he did this to this little kid from Brazil. Yeah, and he was like... And he's like,
I'm evil.
And the kids who are Hitler have the same color eyes. So it was like, did he artificially make them blue to make him more Aryan?
It's never mentioned, but it's one of the great ironies of Hitler is that his ideal human being should be tall, blonde, and blue-eyed, and he was short, black hair, and brown-eyed.
Yeah.
Although white people can't actually have black hair, so dark brown hair.
Like, did they think that people wouldn't believe them if Hitler didn't have blue eyes? Would they think that people wouldn't recognize that it was Hitler? Oh man, that southern kid who's playing all of the Hitler clones, you know, doesn't have blue eyes. I'm not going to believe he's a Hitler clone. Were audiences really fucking stupid in 1978, or did the makers not know? Well, this kid's wearing contact lenses.
Yeah, quite obvious.
So it indicates that he was maybe brown-eyed to begin with.
I don't know. I just... It really did feel like they were building up to a plot point of... And I have improved the Hitler. No.
Improved the Hitler.
No, they just glanced over it. Apparently Hitler had blue eyes in this version of history.
Yeah. But you got a bunch of people in this who recognize. You know, Denham Elliott was in it from 2 Indiana Jones films. The 2 that most people prefer, being 1 and 3. You had, I'm pretty sure the lead German from Allo turned up and got killed. He was like, said like one word, laughed, rode a bike and got run over.
He rode a half a bike.
Yes.
Half bike, half motorbike. Like me.
I was saying funny things as it went on, but I've forgotten what a lot of them are.
Yeah. One of the funniest things that I wish they'd picked up on was Bobby, the last Hitler clone's dad, was racist, and he's like, oh, we don't care about Nazis, and he makes a racial slur. It's them ones you have to worry about here. It's like, yes, if you were a real Nazi, you would agree with him, but he just kind of pushed over it.
Yeah, that's true. The last Hitler clone was in Pennsylvania, so this guy was in Lancaster County, which I believe is technically part of Pennsylvania. So apparently there's lots of racism there. I haven't been there long enough to see it myself, though. All the Hitlers are played by this one kid, so you get to hear a dazzling array of terrible accents from this kid. It's amazing. You got like 2 separate American accents. You got an English one, you got a German one, and they're all terrible.
The kid has really huge teeth for his face.
Yeah, it's like this kid's like.
Sarah, what did you think of the film?
Did you like the robot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you think about the kid that played Hitler?
Springtime for Hitler.
So I want you to do a musical version of this.
The musical version of The Boys from Brazil. I was keeping my eyes out for Dr. Krieger, but he wasn't in it.
There was funny comments I was making and I've forgotten what they are because I'm really fucking tired.
Oh, the really obvious bug.
Yes! And Steve Guttenberg. Steve Guttenberg once again playing a boy in blue. This is like 16-year-old Steve Guttenberg, 6 fucking years before Police Academy. Yeah, it's like, Jesus Christ, this guy's barely finished puberty.
He bugs the Nazi meeting.
Yeah.
And the bug is like this side. And he just sticks it under the side of the staircase.
Yeah, this thing, if you turn your head to the left, you'd find it. You might as well put a turntable under there. And then when they find out there's a bug in the meeting, the Nazis are like shredding the place. One guy immediately starts breaking all the crockery because there's obviously a bug inside a plate.
Another guy turns the sofa and starts ripping the bottom off it.
Yeah, no one looks to the side and goes, oh, there it is!
It's there!
Oh, I just really hated this sofa. You know, I wanted to collect on the insurance. Oh, Jesus Christ.
This was one of the better movies we've watched from Backseat critiques that have been requested.
Well, this is like the 3rd one you've watched for request Backseat critique. And one of them was Mary and Max.
This is still one of the better ones. I'm counting that one Exterminator City as 10 bad film.
This is good. I used to have a copy of The Boys from Brazil, and I never understood it. A lot of people hated it. Some people got good reviews. I enjoyed my copy. Then I sold it at some point, and I think I'll hold on to this one because, yeah, still like it. I mean, it's fine. It's the sort of one that can be updated, although you have to lose Mengele and the elderly Nazi stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, Michael Goff turned up, and this gave rise to my amazing new theory that Michael Keaton's version of Batman is actually Hitler.
Oh, I actually completely. I don't know what happened, but the storyline with the girl who was fucking in the apartment.
Oh, the boyfriend was one of the new Nazis, and her dad was one of the guy her landlord's son was a Hitler. So he's like, I gotta murder him, German. So that's what you say when you're German and you kill someone. Otherwise, they think you're French when you're doing it. You don't want that.
And then you go lole lola. Le.
And the other theory is that the Laurence Olivier guy, he was working with Magneto in X-Men First Class. But then, he lost all his funding when the guy who could steal him all the metal he wanted, for selling for scrap, ran off in 1963.
You really should start writing fan fiction.
Well, yeah. I just united X-Men First Class with the 1989 Batman. Am I not merciful?
Merciful?
Well, yeah, I could have united it with, like, Batman Forever.
Not true.
Or Batman and Robin, I mean.
But this was a good film. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was.
It was very of its time.
Oh, definitely. And there was a lot of it which were accidentally really funny, like Mengele. And I assume this is based entirely on reality because Mengele died 4 months after this came out. But Mengele is like hanging around in this big veranda sort of mansion thing in the middle of rural South America with it seems to be an entire army of slaves. And he's wearing a white suit. He's got a whole Dr. Moreau thing going on. And I assume that was accurate. In fact, I assume he was killed by dogs before drowning. Because, Mengele gets killed by dogs.
He gets ripped apart by them at the end. And then Bobby Hitler's like, you ain't gonna tell nobody what I done, is you? Then I'll call the police.
That's not a Pennsylvanian accent. If you want to do a bad Pennsylvania accent, you do a bad Philadelphia accent which sounds identical to a New York accent.
Bada bing!
Yes. You's not telling no one's, yo.
Hey, I'm sitting here.
See?
I'm the bad accent person.
God damn it, I'm so sorry, I am very tired. And there's not much to bitch about in this film. It is good.
It's pretty good the whole way through.
Steve Guttenberg was a moron because he got all this evidence about these guys doing shit and all.
He heard the Nazis on his bug being like, "We found a bug!"
And they're like, "Oh no!" And he ran off. Okay, that's expected. But he ran to his fucking hotel, and then he fucking decided to play the tape to this guy in Austria rather than run to the American embassy just to be sure, because he had a person on the inside who was like an 8-year-old boy. And 8-year-old boys do tend to crack under pressure whenever Nazis are being all like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. And then the Nazis started injecting his eyes with blue stuff, which, made them look identical to Hitler's ones. So maybe they just scooped out his eyeballs and replaced them with Hitler eyes. I don't know.
Yeah, they've got some spare.
Well, yeah. If you were cloning Hitler, wouldn't you have spare parts?
Is that the plot of one of the Doom games?
Maybe.
No, it's not. It's still...
They should make a movie called The Boys from, like, Macau or something. It's like this crazy guy is cloning the Rainmaker from Looper. Because, he is future Hitler.
Yes.
Someone get on that.
You can always make the boys from the West. It's all about these ex-IRA men trying to clone Jerry.
I know, they try to clone Michael Collins.
That'll work too.
And then you got a bunch of other ones who are trying to clone Eamon de Valera, just so they can have a fight. They can have a fight in a boxing ring. It would be great. Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah!
Anyway, I've run out of things to say about this.
Maybe the other guys are trying to clone Ian Paisley. Maybe the color commentator. This is okay. It's a good film. It's about 2 hours long. It's sort of 1970s thriller type thing about a fairly ridiculous premise.
It's well executed.
It is, yeah. And I wouldn't mind seeing an update of it, but you'd have to lose like Mengele and stuff. And obviously, it's hard to make this film again without, the sweet Michael Gough turning up. Like, I won't be Alfred for another 11 years.
Really are a fangirl sometimes.
Yeah. Michael Goff was in like 2 classic Who's. She's got a shiny strawberry over there. So yeah. Final thoughts?
It's good. It explains a lot of cultural references I've missed in the past.
About why Hitler clones are popular?
Hitler
In
clones
fiction?
coming from Brazil, almost always.
Surprised you hadn't come across that before, like the reason for it. I mean,
Oh, I kind of had it in the back of my head. I knew about it.
fair enough.
I never explicitly knew about the film, but I did know that it existed, if you know what I mean.
Fair
I'm
enough.
talking shit because I'm tired.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that, George.
Yes.
Thank you for allowing me to rewatch The Boys from Brazil. Thank you for not choosing Exterminator City as well. That would have possibly got a bit extreme.
Hello. Oh yes, if she owes you anything, poke her because she will forget.
Yes.